Commencement ceremony for the Rock Canyon High School class of 2025 in just a few moments. Before we begin, we would like to remind you that tonight's ceremony is a joyous but formal event. As we begin the ceremony in a few moments, please stand and welcome the class of 2025 and remain standing until the conclusion of our national anthem. Thank you. Please remain standing and welcome our Rock Canyon Jag Choir along with senior choir members to perform our national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome to the graduation ceremony of Rock Canyon High School's class of 2025.
As we gather here today, we reflect upon the 4 remarkable years we've shared, a legacy woven by each one of us. We've experienced a journey full of unique moments that will have a lasting impact, memories we will have for a lifetime.
Today, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all who join us. Family, friends, and those who have supported us throughout this transformative journey.
Relish these final moments, class of 2025. Our diligence and our victories have all come together to bring us here on this very day.
Please be seated. At this time, we would like to welcome our distinguished guests who will be participating in today's ceremony. As your name is called, please stand.
Superintendent Aaron Kane.
General Legal Counsel Mary Kay Klamesh.
Chief Learning Officer Matt Reynolds.
Executive Director of Schools, East Highlands Ranch, John Gutierrez.
School Board Director Brad Geiger.
School Board Director Christy Williams.
Rock Canyon High School recognizes the importance of a strong educational foundation and would like to thank and honor our feeder schools for preparing future JAGs to excel in academics, athletics, and activities.
Buffalo Ridge Elementary Principal Jennifer Murdoch. Principal Murdoch sends her regrets as she is unable to join us this evening due to pressing family matters.
Redstone Elementary Principal Amy Moyle.
Timber Trail Elementary Principal Rob Thielen.
Wildcat Mountain Elementary Principal Molly Milley.
Rocky Heights Middle School Principal Chris Cook. And finally, we would like to recognize our Rock Canyon administrators who have been an essential part of our last 4 years.
Principal Andy Abner.
Assistant Principal Carly Bloom.
Assistant Principal Tom Brisky.
Assistant Principal Ty Clark.
Assistant Principal Jeff Geary.
Assistant Principal Kelsey Kraft.
And Assistant Principal Mandy Zimmerman. We appreciate your help with today's ceremony. Now please welcome Ashi Gupta to address the class.
While grinding out the book notes we all know too well for Miss Lem's psych class, a vocabulary word stood out: reconsolidation. Reconsolidation is a process where our brain can potentially alter our memories every time we think back to them. When we remember something, our brain doesn't just replay the memory like a video. It can make changes or add new details to it before storing it again, often replacing our original memory with a slightly modified version each time we think back to them. This concept brought a sense of sadness, raising the question if our high school memories will always be slightly altered when we think back to them. Will these high school moments that feel infinite dissolve into something unrecognizable? But it also highlighted the importance of what we've been doing all along: living in the present. We don't live in memories. We live in the fleeting, irreplaceable now, where life will never be as real as in the moment. All those times doing crazy cheers like Do It and See Poppy at football games, all those laughs shared in each other's cars before and after school, waiting for JT to move his golf cart, and all those moments running on sheer adrenaline while frantically driving back from Noodles since the lines were too long. We don't all know each other or have followed the same paths, but today we are one, realizing what the sum of our memories has led to. We have worked together to make wishes come true for Cece, Fidel, Kiki, and Kinley, dominated as the loudest jags when applauding our peers' amazing theater productions such as Matilda and Bye Bye Birdie. We have continuously encouraged each other in competitions for TSA, DECA, FBLA, HOSA, and not to mention our incredible athletic achievements, such as Palms being 7-time state champs and our girls' track winning 5A state for the first time last year. From the classroom to the field, from late-night study sessions to after-school practices, we've given our all. We can all collectively agree that we have been pushed to our very limits, challenged in unexpected ways, but every setback has taught us how to rise up stronger. We all appreciate the many friendships woven by fate, moments where sitting next to a stranger in class blossomed into a lifelong friend. Felt a little extra love each time we heard Miss Lamb's iconic goodbye of "I love you all, please don't increase or decrease the population." And we've also learned that no matter how many times we say this is the year I'll stop procrastinating, the deadline always seems to sneak up on us. But sometimes 4 years still doesn't feel like enough time. Or now it feels like it went by in a blink of an eye. It's crazy to think that after 4 years of mastering the science behind chemical reactions, grinding out our grueling economic life projects, and providing deep literary analysis for why a group of 12-year-old boys went crazy on an island, we still don't trust ourselves doing simple addition without a calculator. But maybe that's okay. Math might not stick, but the way we've learned to think, dream, and innovate will. Just like reconsolidation reshapes memories, these 4 years have reshaped us. Not into the perfect versions of ourselves, but into people more ready than ever to take on what comes next. So, Jags, as we take our next steps forward, let's not forget to cherish the now. Because every moment, every day, is a part of our own unique journey, shaping the incredible life that awaits us. Congrats, class of 2025, and remember, it's not the end of something, but the beginning of everything. Thank you.
Thanks, Ashi. Now please welcome Caden Yoakum performing My Way as sung by Frank Sinatra.
This isn't the start of the song. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step among the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man, and what has he got, if not himself? Then he has not to say the things it was my way.
Thank you, Caden. Now please welcome Sana So to address the class.
Congratulations, class of 2025. We finally made it to this moment. Our time as seniors walking the halls with our kid backpacks, yelling home of the seniors in unison during assemblies, and chatting in the parking lot during the afternoon rush has finally come to an end. Today, we're ready to close this big chapter in our lives and invite the next to begin. But before you do, I have a question to ask. Have you ever, for a college application, job interview, or in a simple conversation, been asked, why us? Why this program? Why this college? Why this job? Why this path? Okay, now I'd like you to reflect deeply on this question. Why be a Jaguar? Over the last 4 years, being a Jaguar pushed us to create connection and community. I mean, we came together to watch the game of the year when Unified schooled the English department, alliteration all-stars. I know that loss must have been hard for them. Or coming together, singing in the halls on Fridays as music plays and we make it to our next class. And in over 26 sports, 85 clubs, and 46,559 service hours. We supported and leaned on each other because that's what being a Jag is all about. Being a Jaguar inspired us to think innovatively, from techniques to make it back to class on time after going out for lunch. I mean, those Chick-fil-A chicken minis were absolutely worth it, right? Or memorizing lines for Seussical the Musical in the spring through thought-out movements. And coming together to raise over $1 million in support of our honorary Jags, Cece, Fidel, Kiki, and Kinley. We took action because that's what being a Jag is all about. Being a Jaguar sparked our curiosity to ask questions. When we didn't do as well as we wanted on that one test, the one with the things on it, well, you know the one. We asked questions to our teachers and peers because we knew we could overcome this. We learned that our vulnerability would serve as strength and an opportunity to accomplish more, because never giving up and looking to the other side is what being a Jag is all about. While we may not remember stoichiometry, the unit circle, or what the conch truly symbolized in The Lord of the Flies, we'll remember the laughs, the cries, the good moments, and the bad that made us into the people we are today, sitting in these seats. The Jaguars. The people who will take the values of being a Jag into everything they accomplish from this moment on. So, as we move into this next chapter and scatter across the country, we will strive for community, create innovatively, and find confidence in the boundless opportunity for inquiry as Jaguars. Thank you.
Thanks, Sana. Eleanor Nugent and Phoebe Seeger will now perform For Good from Wicked the Musical.
people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I've learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a sky bird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
But then I guess we know there's blame to share,
And none of it seems to matter anymore.
like a comet blown from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you,
Because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Thank you, Phoebe and Eleanor. Mathematics teacher Tony Coy will now deliver his charge to the class of 2025.
So I was outside cutting my grass this afternoon, and I looked down at my watch and said, "What day is it?" Like, "Oh no, it's the 23rd. What am I going to say to these kids tonight as they get ready to graduate?" So I ran inside and I scribbled something down real quick, and this is the speech that I came up with. And so I hope you guys enjoy it. Over the past couple of weeks, you guys have heard speeches say things like, "When one door closes, another door opens." Or, "This is the end of one chapter, but the beginning of the next." And for the most part, that's where those speeches come to completion. But for us this evening, that's actually where our speech is going to begin. Tonight, we're going to talk about what's next. What can you expect from the future as you go through that next door and open up that next chapter? And to do that, we're going to talk about 4 words. First word we're going to talk about is alone. There are going to be times in your future where you feel alone. Maybe it's because you're going off on an adventure somewhere new. Could be because all of your friends are heading off in different directions. Maybe it's because you're leaving Rock Canyon High School behind, which for a lot of you has felt like a home away from home for the last 4 years. If you're going to college, your parents are going to drop you off in the fall, and you're going to spend that first night alone in your dorm room. But being alone is not a bad thing. In fact, you need to learn how to be alone to truly understand that you're not defined by anyone or anything. Those moments of aloneness and separation, they're going to show you what your strengths are. Those things in your life that you don't need to work on. But they're also going to expose some failures. Right? Things that perhaps you both need to and want to change in your life. Initially, you're not going to like being alone, but you're going to grow to cherish these quiet moments and to value these quiet moments as you get older. One of the things you're going to learn in your life is that the relationship that often needs the most work is the relationship that we have with ourselves. And so in those quiet moments of solitude, it's going to give you the chance to work on yourself and to kind of fix that relationship that you have with yourself. And the second word we're going to talk about is scary. The future is scary. Don't even get me started about how scary adulting is. It is scary to take on the responsibility of being the one that has to provide for yourself and to be the one that has to figure things out on your own. But don't run from or hide from or shy away from those fears. No, man, love them. Lean into them. Embrace them. Stand fully erect, ready to attack those fears head on. Becoming independent is going to be a terrifying experience, but it's also a wondrous opportunity for all of you to learn to be self-sufficient. Listen, it's okay to be scared, but let's reframe it. Instead of thinking, I'm scared, maybe change that to, this must be what I'm meant to be doing, and then know that you're strong enough, that you're brave enough, and that you're capable of handling whatever comes next. Third word we're going to talk about is the F word. I don't know if I can say the F word in the graduation speech, but I'm about to. Failure. For everybody here tonight, failure is inevitable. But as you head out into the world, you're now going to have the privilege of taking on the responsibility and the ownership of being the one that's accountable when things don't go your way. You're going to have to look in the mirror and know that you're the only one to blame, but you're also the one that has the job of fixing that mistake, but most importantly, the privilege of learning from that failure. There's an ancient Chinese proverb that says the crap of the past is the fertilizer of the future. Now, admittedly, I think I used chat to translate that, so it might not be accurate, but what we're going with is the mistakes and the failures that you have now are going to help you become the person that you want to be in the future. Winston Churchill defines success as simply jumping from failure to failure without losing the enthusiasm to succeed. So don't think of failure as a negative, but perhaps see all of the learning opportunities that failure can provide. The last word, uncomfortable. The future is going to be uncomfortable. You're going to experience a lot of new things, things that you've never been through before, things that you don't know the answer to, things that you've never even thought about before. All of that can be uncomfortable. But Mr. Venata and I were hanging out last summer, and we talked about the importance of being uncomfortable. And he summed it up like this. When you plant a tree in the ground, we often stake that tree down to help protect it from the wind. But eventually we have to remove those stakes so the tree learns to protect itself. If we left the tree staked down, it would never have the chance to grow roots deep enough to flourish. But by removing those stakes, the tree learns to rely on itself, it learns to put down its own roots, and it learns to grow. That's what being uncomfortable is going to do for you. If you step out of your lane, step out of your comfort zone, accept things that are uncomfortable, you're also going to be able to put down your own roots, you're going to thrive, and you're going to grow into the person that you're meant to be. Listen, all of you here have already accomplished incredible things. Everybody in this arena can't wait to hear and see what you accomplish next. But as you move forward, remember, value being alone. Lean into being scared. Learn from your failures and grow from your discomfort. On behalf of the staff and faculty of Rock Canyon High School, we would like to congratulate you on graduation, and we wish you nothing but the absolute best of luck in whatever comes next. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Coy. The JAG Choir will now perform We Know the Way from Moana by Opate Foy and Lin-Manuel Miranda, arranged by Roger Emerson.
Pena
What makes a great day? What does it really mean to be a Jaguar? Every day, students walk these halls, some of us facing difficult challenges, while others celebrate triumphs and great news. But no matter what's happening in our lives, there's one constant. Our principal, our leader, and most importantly, our friend, who always makes sure we feel like we belong and that we're worthy of greatness. Every single day, he greets us with a smile and a warm heart that is as grand as the spirit he brings to Rock Canyon. He's been with us through it all, leading by example, showing vulnerability, and celebrating every single one of our successes, big and small. He is the person who embodies the true characteristics of a Jaguar: the strength to uplift others, the courage in standing up for what's right, and the passion given towards his responsibilities. So as we close this chapter of our lives and leave this jungle we call home, let's remember that today is an incredibly exceptional day to be a Jaguar. Let's give a heartfelt welcome to our leader who shaped our school and our spirits every step of the way, Principal Andy Abner.
Thank you, Sandra. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great day to be a Jaguar. Before I get started, I just want to share that you may notice some emotion from me this year in this year's speech. Just like you, I am a parent of a graduate, and I have all those feelings just like you. On behalf of the Rock Canyon High School staff and faculty, I'd like to welcome you all to the University of Denver for this evening's ceremony. I'm so excited and honored to be with you to celebrate the commencement of these fine individuals, as it has truly been an honor to serve each and every one of them as their principal for these past 4 years. Words cannot capture the joy that I have in my heart. It is so great to see each and every one of you in this final moment and to bid each and every one of you a fond farewell. I would like to begin by recognizing that this accomplishment of graduation from Rock Canyon High School does not come without help and support of a community. It takes these dedicated, hardworking students, supportive families, friends, and an incredibly hardworking and caring staff that I am honored to be part of. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the University of Denver and our graduation team, Mrs. Zimmerman, Mrs. Hunt, Mrs. Irwin, and my right hand, Mrs. Burnside. I'd also like to thank all of the Rock Canyon and Rock Canyon feeder staff that gathered with us today. This would not be possible without all of you. Can you all here today please help us give this amazing staff a well-deserved round of applause? Thank you. My fellow Jags, we realize that there are many who have helped pave the way for your success. Many of them are here today. However, we recognize that you have family, friends, teachers, classmates, and loved ones who could not be here today because they are not able to attend or they are no longer with us. I think it is only proper to take a moment of silence to reflect on all of those who have impacted our lives who are unable to be present today. Thank you. As I sat down to write what I might impart on you, the class of 2025, I thought of several different themes. I thought of several great moments that have happened these past 4 years, and I thought of how many great things you surely have experienced in your life to this point. I certainly thought of the wonderful experiences that await you as you prepare to chase down your dreams. I thought about what my principal said to us when I graduated high school. You know what? I still can't remember anything he said. Nothing. And folks out there are laughing because they can't remember either. So this is your time to pay attention. Pay attention to what your high school principal is saying to you. I want to try to leave you with something meaningful, something that sticks. And this year we're going to take a little wisdom from someone truly iconic, a bear to be specific, not Yogi, not Paddington. I'm talking about the one and only Winnie the Pooh. Your class quote by Winnie the Pooh says, "We didn't know we were making memories. We just thought we were having fun." And as your principal, I have to say, watching you all over the years, that feels incredibly accurate. Some of the most meaningful moments of your high school experience didn't come with confetti or spotlight. They came quietly, disguised as a lunch period with friends where laughter echoed louder than the announcements, or a last-minute decision to a school event just for a bit that turned into a night everyone still talks about. They looked like group projects that started with confusion, ended in chaos, and somehow turned into lifelong friendships in between. A senior prank on my front lawn, sharing some coffee cake and a great memory. Thank you. Or Wish Week events where your spirit and creativity took center stage and left the rest of us in awe. You didn't sit down and say, let's create a memory that will last forever. You just lived, and in doing so, you created something that is far more important than a perfectly planned moment. And that's a beautiful thing. The best memories often sneak up on you. They weren't scheduled, they weren't announced, but they will stick with you long after you turn in that last assignment and that you walk across this stage here today. You didn't plan the memories, you just lived them. Pooh also once said, sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. And if you don't believe that now, just wait. You will, because as you move forward into college, careers, new cities, new adventures, you'll look back and it won't always be the big wins or the loudest moments that stands out. It'll be the tiny ones, the quiet ones, the unexpected kindness from a stranger when you needed it the most, the teacher who pulled you aside not to scold you, but to say, I see you. A friend who didn't try to fix things, but they stayed beside you when you were falling apart. These little things, they may seem small in the moment. Blink and you might miss them, but they're the ones that stick. They shape your heart, they shape your memories, your values. They teach you what really matters. Kindness, presence, loyalty, love. So as you chase the big dreams, and please don't forget to slow down and appreciate the small stuff along the way, because in the end, the small stuff, it's not small at all. And speaking of big dreams, you've certainly earned the right to chase them. As a class, you've been awarded over $14 million in scholarship funding for the college, university, or post-secondary training program of your choice. That deserves a round of applause. Next year, the Jaguar spirit won't just live in the halls of Rock Canyon High School. It'll be alive and well across 42 different states and 7 different countries. You are taking Rock Canyon with you everywhere you go, and we can't wait to see what you do with that Jaguar spirit. And there are a few of you who are making an especially profound commitment, choosing a path of service, sacrifice, and courage. You may come to know levels of perseverance and strength that many of us will never fully realize because of the road you have chosen. Could I please ask that the young men and women who have committed to serve our country in the armed forces stand and be recognized? We thank you all in advance for your commitment to serve our country and to defend our freedoms. We are proud of you and we are grateful for you. Now, if I may get a little nostalgic just for a moment, some of you I've known for 4 years, some of you since kindergarten, and one of you since the moment you took your very first breath. Your class song, Good Old Days by Macklemore says, I wish somebody would have told me, babe, some days these will be the good old days. Well, guess what? You are that somebody now. So tell yourself, don't rush through this. Take it in. Take the picture. Say the thank you. Hug your family and friends. Laugh too loud. These aren't just days. These are the good old days. And let me just say that if Pooh, Piglet, and Eeyore can navigate life in the 100-acre wood with nothing but honey, a small group of ride-or-die friends, and a questionable understanding of geography, you can absolutely handle college, careers, relationships, rent, and adulthood. So as you leave Rock Canyon High School, take the lessons with you. Be kind like Piglet. Be loyal like Tigger. Be thoughtful like Christopher Robin. And sometimes it's okay to be chill and snack-loving like Pooh. In the words of Pooh himself, how lucky am I to have had something that makes saying goodbye so hard. It's hard to say goodbye, but only because you've made this place unforgettable. So go, make more memories, the kind you don't even realize you're making until years from now, when a song comes on the radio. I don't think you have radios anymore. When it comes on your Spotify, or you see an old photo and suddenly you're smiling at something you didn't even know mattered so much. Jags, I hope you remember these few simple words from me as you move forward in life. Okay, so this is the part you'll remember from your principal. I'm proud of you, and I thank you. I cannot wait to see what you will accomplish. Once a Jag, always a Jag. Class of 2025, we wish you the absolute best future. We hope you are surrounded with love and care and that you find happiness in all that you do. Remember, today is the tomorrow that you used to dream about. At this time, I ask that the students and staff of Rock Canyon High School please join me and stand for the presentation of this class of 2025. Rock Canyon High School community, everyone that's gathered with us today, please help me give our superintendent, Erin Kane, a very warm round of applause as she joins me here on stage to accept the class.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you.
Superintendent Kane, I hereby attest and confirm that the students before you have successfully completed the requirements set forth by the state of Colorado, the Douglas County School District Board of Education, and Rock Canyon High School. They are deserving of this recognition with the presentation of their high school diploma. Mrs. Kane, it is my distinct honor to present to you the Rock Canyon Jaguars class of 2025.
Mr. Abner, it is my honor and privilege to accept the graduating class of Rock Canyon of 2025 on behalf of the Douglas County Board of Education and the Douglas County School District. Congratulations, everyone, and it is such a great day to be a JAG.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you so much.
It is now time for the presentation of diplomas. Faculty who will be reading names of graduates, please come forward at this time. Diplomas will be presented by Board of Education President Christy Williams, Board of Education Director Brad Geiger, Superintendent Erin Kane, Executive Director of Schools John Gutierrez, and assisting them will be Chief Learning Officer Matt Reynolds, General Legal Counsel Mary Kay Klemesh, Principal of Redstone Elementary Amy Moyle, and myself, Principal Andy Abner. Thank you.
Sydney Ann Lowry.
Phoebe Jane Seeger.
Caden Gary Yoakum.
Andrew Michael Abner.
Razem Amir Al-Bakri.
Tatum Brooke Allen.
Gabriela Adira Alvarado.
Sarah Grace Emint.
Maya Elizabeth Amerland.
Dylan Scott Anderson.
Suzette Elena Jasmine Anthony.
Claire Brianne Ardois.
Julia Ann Arnett.
Beckham Trace Arnold.
Owen Robert Arnold.
Harris Nicole Arrow.
Luke Justin Ayers.
Miles Lawson Bailey.
Hayden David Baker.
Jack Cooper Banyan.
Isabel Rose Banks.
Ephraim Minga Banshee.
Jack Morel Barbier.
Paisley Addison Barella.
Lucy Kate Catherine Barnett.
Amy Noel Barton.
Veronica Brooke Baxter.
Aaron Mu Shen Bain.
Shreya Behera.
Evan Cole Bell.
Samuel Edward Berger.
Hadley Bien Bess.
Anshi Bira.
Greer Isabella Besmek Aguilar.
Jacob Harley Binning.
Ivana Kemika Bishop.
Joshua David Black.
Mia Jane Blakesley.
Addison Lee Bliley.
Reed Michael Bona.
Brody Vieco Bowski.
Noah Daniel Bustani.
Jacob Charles Bowman.
Alexandro Bracamontes.
Jake Charles Branish.
Ella Jane Brogno.
Abigail Catherine Broussard.
Hudson Brown.
Natalie Grace Brown.
River Taylor Brown.
Olivia Marie Bruns.
Nicholas Johann Burke.
Emily Elizabeth Burris.
Morgan Taylor Buston.
James Wyatt Butler.
Alexander Byers.
Samuel Zion Dismang.
Ethan Jaron Kubakana.
Engla Shea Cadwell.
Grace Eva Jayu Diorio.
Zachary Michael Callahan.
Mason Hunter Scott Calvert.
Caitlin Ann Carlson.
Grant William Carmen.
Blake Alexander Cartwright.
McKenna Swan Carvey.
Lucy Malia Casford.
Jack Spencer Cates.
Alexandra Madison Caton.
Trey James Coughlin.
Quinn Joseph Cavey.
Carly Marie Chase.
Kylie Jade Chavez.
Riley Ray Chu.
Eleanor Mary Claire Christensen.
Jack Henry Christofferson.
Lola Irene Claggett.
Preston Everett Clapper.
Kennedy Leanne Clark.
Aiden Joel Claiborne Torres.
Kyler Lewis Cole.
Alyssa Amy Cook.
Andrew Daniel Cook.
Finn Dwayne Cooper Levitt.
Gianna Marie Korn.
Leighton Ford Couch.
Camden Christopher Owen.
Andrew Benjamin Curtis.
Jack William Michael D'Souza.
Blake Owen Davis.
Jude Preston De Benedetto.
Alexander David Denslow.
Leighton Dane D'Souza.
Ava Quinn Dickinson.
Grayson Hawk Dees.
Liliana Joliet Donaldson.
Anouk Jean Marie Dublé.
Raymond Joseph Drennan.
Brooke Natasha Drugan.
Emmett Christopher Duffy.
Taylor Alyssa Dumas.
Emmett Thomas Dunham.
Kyle Michael Dunker.
Olivia K. Eichenberg.
Nathaniel Michael Elovich.
Colin Michael Engwer.
Ella Grace Evans.
Clark Douglas Farson.
Andrew Michael Phelps.
Gianna Marie Fiorelli.
Kylie Nicole Fisher.
Emma Mary Flansburgh.
Jonathan Daniel Gunther.
Davin Stephen Fodness.
Elizabeth Ann Forehand.
Ryan Elizabeth Francavilla.
Gilberto Flores.
Hadley L. Friedman.
Sakshi Aniruddha Godgill.
Sean Alexander Gaffney.
Lauren Brianne Franco.
Amanda Irene Gillette.
Lila Joan Gerard.
Vasuda Om Goel.
Walker Michael Geist.
Lexi Dylan Goodwin.
Daksha Gopalakrishnan.
Olivia Alice Gorton.
David Leanne Goodman.
Peter Chase Graham.
Emmett Patrick Green.
Tori Jane Greer.
Olivia Ann Govey.
Charles Marston Gribble.
Jacob Michael Grover.
Snigdha Gunta.
Audrey Faye Gresco.
Aaron Scott Gus.
Charles Thomas Hagan.
Julian Alexander Heyman.
Reese Avery Hamilton.
Keaton James Hanley.
Lucas James Hanslick.
Brooke Catherine Harding.
Hallie Ann Parker.
Blake William Harms.
Jacob James Harris.
Sophie Jane Harris.
Dax D. Hayward.
Ella Hazel Heimer.
Ava Ellen Helvig.
Aspen Meadow Farnsworth Heppy.
Sophia Guadalupe Herfter.
Belen Liat Hernandez.
Daniel Evan Herrera.
Gavin Joseph Hildebrand.
Mason Connor Hill.
Abigail Elizabeth Hopkins.
Caleb David Hopkins.
Maya Samantha Orwich.
David Gerard Houlihan.
Preston J. Howell.
Georgia Louise Howie.
Sydney Lou Heinowich.
Jake Cahill Hubble.
Timothy Francis Hewitt.
Isaac Christopher Hughes.
Hayden Cale Hunter.
Amy Elizabeth Husband.
Denali Blake Hussey.
Zachary Davidovich Hutcherson.
Braden Lewis Hutchings.
Maxim Ivanyenko.
Maddox Marie Jackson.
Tatum Riley Jaramillo.
Kennedy Reese Jepson.
Josiah Marcus Hiron.
Christian Jacob Jobson.
Adelina Elizabeth Johansson.
Antonio Diego Johnson.
Benjamin James Johnson.
Cole Thomas Johnson.
Taylor Ryan Johnson.
Aishan Lavelle Johnson.
Grant Bankson Jones.
Ethan Edward Jones.
Jackson Douglas Jones.
Garrison Alexander Kakos.
Joseph Harold Canaber.
Saitasia Kari.
Tyler Roy Katz.
Logan Alexander Kenny.
Justin Drew Keogh.
Nola Elizabeth Carrigan.
Riley Richard Kirstens.
Hans Joseph Ketwig.
Preeti Kana.
Guy Azur Kimball.
Severin Young Kimball.
Natalie Jan Wei Klein.
Braden Dominic Quickna.
Isabel Kate Kleiner.
Malia Ariana Kane.
Alexander Benjamin Kenneker.
Jackson Cooper Co-Russell.
Samuel Lucas Caressel.
Uma Coatwall.
Paisley Estella Cron.
Caroline Triest Kramer.
Ashlyn Elizabeth Krell.
Sawyer James Kroll.
Jocelyn Annette Day Kyle.
Mackenzie Napier Lang.
Alishka Naomi Lambert Gorwin.
Miles Montgomery Langbauer.
Mark Ian Larson.
Alexandra Brooke Larson.
Isabella Carnation Leach.
Sadie Diane Ledbetter.
Landon Hamilton Lell.
Kason Reed Lehman.
Elizabeth Jean Lemishewski.
Jake Richard Leonards.
Lucas Brandon Mata Lenzi.
Nash Michael Leonard.
Taylor James Leonard.
Jacob Paul Lessman.
Sophia Cambria Levesque.
Emma Catherine Lewandowski.
Zachary Cole Lewis.
Madison Ray Lind.
Thomas Owen Lombardo.
Kaylani Lynn Longwell.
Haley Ann Lorenz.
Marin Sue Lynch.
Leanne Kathleen Maxim.
Callum Ripley McNair.
Elin Carolina Vibuka Madison.
Ariana Caitlin Magor.
Arnav Mahat.
Morgan Elise Mendel.
Addison Monroe Mangers.
Brock Thomas Martin.
Pierce Edge Martin.
Aaron Michael Martinez.
Ava Kate Martinez.
Alexa Lynn Massey.
Danishta Matu.
Kendall Lillian Maurer.
Sophia Consuelo Mavis.
Aaliyah Jules Mays Vidal.
Ashton Rowe McCune.
Abby Lynn McDowell.
Taylor Marie McDowell.
Kylan Tenchi McEldery.
Logan Cade McKelly.
Ariana Danielle McKelvey.
Donald Allen McKinney.
Sean Patrick McCaughlin.
Gavin Benjamin McMahon.
Josh Andrew McMillan.
Bailey Jane McMullen.
Ella Joe McNitt.
Alana Malice McWee.
Owen Reed McWilliams.
Sophia Elizabeth Medina.
Maria Jose Mahia.
Shiv Suraj Moretti.
McKenna Elizabeth Meyer.
Tyler Robert Meyer.
Joshua Lowell Miller.
Logan Walter Miller.
Madison Brooke Miller.
Maya Cheyenne Mills.
Jack Bennett Mitchell.
Avon Matalavalasa.
Daniel Jones Molstead.
McKenna Anastasia Lewis Monklin.
Caden Anthony Montz.
Jack William Moore IV.
Emil Maxwell Morris.
Benjamin Ross Mowry.
Annika Paige Mullen.
Nandini Murali.
Joseph Michael Musso.
Nidhi Nandakumar.
Alessandra Fatima Nashad.
William Thomas Nelson.
Juliana Margaret Neufeld.
Casey Ann New.
Isabella Maya Nara.
Eliana Twee Gwen.
Elijah June Nguyen.
Alexis Lane Nicholson.
Reed Lorne Niewarner.
Ethan Alexander Nohavik.
Tate Marie Northrup.
Lillian Bell Oaks.
Asobasi Nathan Okoshi.
Isabella Ann Orner.
Rachel Ann O'Rourke.
Ainsley Marie Overbaugh.
Carter Edward Parch.
Malaya Isabella Pacheco.
Otilia Maeve Padden.
Anishma Panta.
Carter Edward Parch.
Carl Christian Paulson.
Maya Renee Marie Poshton Barksdale.
Brickell Denise Paxton.
Lucien Pesor.
Joshua Tree Pendergraft.
Brooke Riley Perry.
Ethan Michael Perry.
Zachary John Perry.
Gianna Milena Peterson.
Brody Jacob Petrick.
Brock Nathan Pogge.
Ava Joray Poppleton.
Caleb Michael Popplewell.
Rylan Jack Posner.
Alexandra Lane Powers.
Akshit Prakash.
Madison Isabel Preska.
Dawson Mitchell Pruitt.
Akshay Pulaganti.
Avier Pulaganti.
Briar Wolf Pyatt.
Daniel Ashan Rajaya.
Matthew Anish Rajaya.
Harper Addison Rank.
Abaraj Ratnakar.
Emily Parker Roush.
Asher Record.
Macy Madeline Reed.
Colton David Renberg.
Adeas Diego Renteria Vigil.
Aziza Razai.
Grant Michael Richardson.
Nathan Palmer Riley.
Blake Bradley Robinson.
Zaya Grace Rogers.
Gavin Curtis Ross.
Owen Allen Ross.
Naveen Roy.
Hannah Sage Rosen.
Valerie Rudiaga.
Elizabeth Sophie Sabalevskaya.
Paniz Sabet.
Pedram Sabet.
Puya Sabet.
Joseph Charles Sabia.
Selena K. Salazar.
Tyson Lee Sanchez Downey.
Cameron Michael Sandoval.
Brooke Connie Schenderlein.
Jocelyn Emily Schmidt.
Peyton Josephine Schmidt.
Noah Thomas Schmidtline.
Grant William Schneider.
Reese Adriana Schneider.
Brenna Lynn Schoenfelder.
Emerson Annette Schwartz.
Canyon Meadows Scott.
Peyton Elizabeth Shank.
Alexis Brooke Shopneck.
Andrew James Shopnick.
Nathan Shrestha.
Sean Raymond Shumway.
Maximilian Wojciech Siron.
Andrew Jerry Silverheart.
Krishiv Singh.
Stephen Tatum Small.
Nade Sai Somanchi.
Joshua Wuyong Song.
Lakota Michael Soki.
Catherine Ann Sorensen.
Jersey Lily Spears.
Nicholas Braden Sperber.
Anirudh Swiram.
Hayden Lillian Starkey.
Easton Pierre Stockert.
Carson Tyler Stokely.
Calvin Jeffrey Stotler.
Lindsay Nicole Stotts.
Brandon William Stout.
Chase Michael Studer.
Ariane Sadish Sudik.
Matthew Ellis Sullivan.
Elizabeth Marguerite Swanson.
Kate Rebecca Swicky.
Molly Masako Tanaka.
Jonas Topi Tarka.
Kaisa Paige Turning.
Caden Andrew Terry.
Nicholas Chase Tassell.
Sienna Sterling Tinker.
Alexandra Andrev Todorov.
Campbell Madison Torba.
Delaney Lauren Torba.
Lucas Finian Tybor.
Keishan Sagar Vahalia.
Stella Marie Van Natter.
Shashank Vanil Vepa.
Christy Kea Vetter.
Advait Vihan.
Maxwell Anderson Walker.
Catherine Jessica Walls.
Abigail May Walsh.
Caden Daniel Walsh.
Kyle Jacob Walsh.
Cassandra Grace Watkins.
Evan Campbell Watkins.
Claire Margaret Wiffenbach.
Avery Austin Weesey.
Matthew William Winogle.
Lydia Jean Wessel.
Owen Scott Whitney.
Jalen James Weebers.
Brooklyn Ann Wilk.
Owen Matthew Williams.
Chloe Abigail Wolf.
Jacob Coulter Woods.
Taibi Wen Yamamoto.
Grant Michael Yeater.
Christopher Michael Young.
Anderson Claire Yu.
Nadine Naval.
Mia Camden Wynn.
Carrie Jennifer Sodden.
Basil Sheriar.
Sophia June Pollard.
Filippo Molinari.
Addison Grace Martin.
Hudson Taylor Koenig.
Rachel Unjin Kim.
Lana Lee Chu.
Russell Kohler Christensen.
Corey Edward Cloutier.
Savannah Lynn Mara.
Eric George Sprangle.
Madeline Ray Buckman.
Ella Grace West.
Jaden Brianna McMillan.
Ellie Johanna Brooks.
Alexander Stetskal.
Nathan Daniel Osowski.
Jane Lee Douglas.
Sophie Addison Tobin.
Alyssa Marie Good.
Pranay Dinesh.
Shay Summer Thompson.
Sarah Violet Bloom.
Caitlin Elaine Calfee.
Sienna Lynn Weiner.
Navika Ann Thomas.
Ella Catherine Oates.
Ella Ray Furtick.
Allison Paige Arrow.
Sage Anelia Adkins.
Bryn Jessica Peterson.
Michael Blake Kozlowski.
Allie Michelle Maroney.
Shlok Jyoti Pradip.
Elizabeth Mika Wataba.
Gavin Anthony Green.
Akil Varma Vagesna.
Eleanor Judith Nugent.
Olivia Grace Matucci.
Madeline Grace Castle.
Kuhn Jarora.
Madison Olivia Brinda.
Ashley Joyce Wilson.
Lauren Grace Goody.
Roshni Krishnan.
Bowen Buchanan Gribble.
Jenna Roger Elsall.
Palmer Hayes White.
Morgan Samantha Dodd.
Chloe Sophia Beck.
Sandra Kate Shadzinski.
Erin Catherine Weinberg.
Aditya Halder.
Sophia Josephine Miller.
Braden Wesley Horton.
Aditya Gupta.
Dane Matthew Zitzelsberger.
Riley Lakin Welch.
Serena Juliana Thomas.
Mateo Nicholas Andres Fierro.
Natasha Naresh Amarnani.
Jonathan Charles Douglas.
Caitlin Marie Carter.
Dharmik Rasadene.
Gavin Scott Morris.
Tyler Eric Haug.
Siraj Soni.
Jacob Michael Ortiz Grave.
Sophia Winnet Mann.
Bryce Monroe Griechek.
Michaela Kylie Hansen.
Rayleigh Marin Manette.
Jack Dunbar Shadden.
Cooper Joseph James Molignac.
Isabella Reagan Way Potter.
Jacob Andrew Horton.
Hannah Cyril.
Lane Noel Smith.
Ria Ghosh.
Haley Cheyenne Dahl.
Zoe Jia Lu Chow.
Reese Elizabeth Waller.
Emma Elizabeth Tovar.
Kaylin Marie Stancic.
Madison Lee Weiner.
Cooper Edward Hinman.
Lily Sautier Hutz.
Ashi Krishna Gupta.
Olivia Cheryl Arbuckle.
Amelia Ryan Solano.
Jack Garrett Provost.
Akilish Dave Admadhavan.
Lucy Joy Smith.
Ayan Afsul Kalfi.
Sai Janab Kakani.
Sophia Isabel Face.
Malin Trin Chio.
Pari Patrick Giovanni.
Lindsay Ann Kendall.
Caroline Elizabeth Inman.
Amelia Kyra Maywald.
Carson Taylor Adams.
Ved Harshad Chandra.
Owen William Floyd.
Chloe Chi Stevens.
William Joseph Wendeborn.
Neil Sham Avalareddy.
Ela Liu.
Blanca Maria Snizek.
Emma Elizabeth Craney.
Taylor Shay McGaffin.
Addison Isabel Miller.
Alexander Corin Hoover.
Declan Brannon Yu.
Luke Noble Gardner.
Hansika Reddy Lakareddy.
Christian Aram Hallberg.
Sana Halima So.
Marcos Saldonia Barco.
Sadvika Kari.
Maximilian Xavier Tufto.
Cleo Christine Melville.
Noah Joseph Kazin.
Carly Sharon Hackert.
Ariv Anil Kani.
Srihudaya Bhargava Raju Nama.
Anushka Rahul Nipunge.
Aditya Prashant Kanolkar.
Logan Christopher Amick.
Chloe Danielle Farson.
Patrick Javisha Zalewski.
Tyler Min Ju.
Petra Jasmine McGowan.
Meta Kuntamukla.
Ryan Donald Scherer.
Alyssa Hee Ju Song.
Rohan Kotwal.
Kavini Giri.
Vion Kalra.
Olivia Morgan Brewer.
Salutatorian Hannah Lee.
Valedictorian Siddharth Deveen Aradia.
And now, please welcome Petra McGowan to address the class.
On behalf of the 2025 class, we would love to thank all of the friends, family, faculty, and staff for being here tonight. We wouldn't be where we are or who we are without each and every one of you. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. I have the privilege of performing a piece of original spoken poetry to conclude the night. Poetry helped me find my voice, so I hope it inspires you to use yours. Class of 2025, this is your day. Tell me about yourself. A simple request, really. It's not like I have to give my whole life story, but when they say they want to know me, is that the real me or the person they think I ought to be? I honestly never really liked myself, so how can they tell you to just be yourself when no one else is me? Tell me about yourself, taking paper and pen to our pride by making lists their bride, acting like we're as elementary as the pros and cons of wasting time, just a small speck in the universe, preyed upon by every system in the diverse space we live in, place we dream in, spiraling, trying to just grasp on, to hold on, but all we're closing our palms to is stardust. The ashes of childhood aspirations, the vision of our constellation, it's all a figment of our imagination. Our imagination. Tell me about yourself, how we have voices playing on repeat in the back of our head, a melody of anxiety, a chorus of dread. It's like we've grown comfortable letting them play house with our emotions, engulfing our thoughts like waves in the ocean. We are not good enough, smart enough, not kind enough, funny enough, not cool enough, pretty enough, believing in these lies like they are our God, but isn't it time to believe in something new? For our destiny isn't glued, it is one we can choose. I am. 2 words that determine if you win or you lose. I am. 2 words unfit to sit on the throne intended for you. I am. 2 words that you can use. So now I ask, who are you? I am. A masterpiece of complexity, a recipe of authenticity. From our head down to our toes, we're an image of the one we repose, for we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that will never fade. We are not afraid, so we boast of our weakness, for that is our uniqueness. This is who we are. Valuable. Who are you? I am. A lily besieged by an army of weeds. We continue to grow, for that's all we know. We fly high like birds in the sky, rising above on wings of an eagle, maybe a dove, though the waters roar and the mountains they tremble. Though we fall down 7 by the fatal elemental, we rise again, running the race and rising again. This is who we are, resilient. Who are you? I am, a new creation on a firm foundation. When we conquered our enemy, the voices in our head that tried to break me, the thief of our youth before we broke free, swept away like the morning mist or a cloud up high, unable to persist. We are not the same as we were before, for we finally found what it is we stand for. We were brought from darkness into light, and now we shine by telling our story to fight the good fight. An inspiration of identity, a purpose of eternal legacy. This is who we are, redeemed. So, who are we? We are valuable, we are resilient, we are redeemed. And all I have left is one simple request. Tell me about yourself. And believe that is who you are. Thank you.
As we gather here to commemorate the closing of one chapter, we stand on the threshold of a new story ready to unfold. Our journey at Rock Canyon High School has been one of growth, victories, and forged bonds that will last a lifetime. Now, let us reflect on our senior quote from the beloved childhood icon, Winnie the Pooh. We didn't realize we were making memories. We were just having fun. We didn't realize we were making memories. From the very first day that we stepped into the halls of the jungle, giddy with excitement, to taking in our final moments of being a jaguar, these memories have shaped each and every single one of us sitting here today. Our shared time at Rock Canyon High School will be one that we treasure forever. We were just having fun. You never know the true value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Thus, remember to exist in the present, live in the now, and savor every moment. Seek what gives you joy. Chase your dreams and pursue your passions. Our story doesn't end here. Today, the pages of our book simply reveal the next exhilarating chapter. Many of us will continue to pursue knowledge at universities. Many will join the workforce, while others will serve our country in the military. But regardless of where life takes us, let us remember that today is not a goodbye, but rather a see you later. Class of 2025, please stand. So, my fellow graduates, let us honor the past, celebrate the present, and embrace the future. May our hearts always beat to the rhythm of possibility, and may we always remember that tomorrow is ours to shape. Rock Canyon High School class of 2025, please join me in turning our tassels from right to left. Congratulations, class of 2025!